Robinson's checked in. Spurs trail by 10. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find some, you're right. West missing again.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Knight gets a screen from Green. From the low block, Len's shot is off.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it. They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Knight into the lane. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Ginobili against Bledsoe. Now here's Ginobili. He's guarded closely. That is good. Mills has got 6. 5 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Knight for 3. Recently, we sat down with Freak to discuss his NBA future as a free agent this offseason.
Well, I'm not really focused on the future right now. You know, I'm just taking things one step at a time, believing it'll all work out in the end. But right now, I'm just focused on being the best teammate I could be.
You know, Clark, it sounds like he hasn't ruled out the possibility. Checked in for Duncan. Ginobili comes in for Kyle Anderson. And it's Mills in for Daniel Green. A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Green, he's checked in for Chandler. John Lure comes in for Markieff Morris. Warren's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Booker. We've got Mills. Aldridge out there with West. Then there's Ginobili. And it's Parker in at the point guard position. That's the San Antonio 5. Parker against Bledsoe. To the paint. Here's Green. No good. Aldridge with some nice D. The dish to Mills. Here's Parker. Green with the rebound.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking them.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Yep, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe. He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Knight on the wing. He's covered by Ginobili and stolen by Aldridge. And Ginobili with a clear path to the rack. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Terrific job on both ends of that sequence. Very slick steal and then excellent transition offense.
And really, it all stems from the aggressive defense. That's exactly what the doctor ordered.
And the Spurs making a change here. Leonard's checked in. Alex Len's checked in for the Suns. The drive by Green. Feeds it to Warren. Mills with the steal. 1:07 left in the first half of the game. That's good. Leonard's got his second basket.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Yeah, I mean, test the hot hand. You're exactly right. I say let those triples fly.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
West inside. Guarded by Green. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on Freak. And David West drops them both.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach. Driving and drawing. Initiating contact. Create opportunities. Get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
He hits the second from the line.
Tremendous output from Bledsoe. He has 8 points and 5 assists.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game time. Aldridge with a screen on Knight. Ginobili attacking. Gets the front of the rim and out.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that one.
Exactly. I mean, no way you expect him to miss that shot.
Green with a screen for Bledsoe. And he dunks it down.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
The three from Mills. Can't get it to go. And so we conclude the first half. Suns lead by 7.
Well, Tyson, what has been the key to enabling your team to control the tempo of this game throughout this first half?
I think the way we came out defensively, we locked into their sets and taking them out of what they want to accomplish. Because of that, we're able to make some shots on the other end.
It all came together in that first 24 minutes. Tyson, thanks for the time, guys.
All right, Doris. And we're back to the action here in this round. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Boris Diaz checked in for Duncan. West comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Ano Ginobili, he's checked in for Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. And the Suns here with a different look. Lenz checked in for Chandler. Green comes in for Markieff Morris. Warren's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And Knight subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Green in at power forward. Brandon Knight is out there with Booker. Then there's Len, and it's Warren in at small forward. And the foul called on Brandon Knight. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Diaw against Green. West setting the pick for Ginobili. 5 on the clock. Back to Diaw. And the layup's good off the glass. Diaw's got his first basket of the night.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen. Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Now here's Mills. He's guarded by Knight. Picked by West. Here's Mills. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Mills has got 8 points. Phoenix leading by 7. Green with a screen on Leonard. Knight into the lane. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Here's West. Phoenix grabs the miss. Green's got his 6th rebound on the night. And Booker kicks to Knight. Again, the miss by Knight.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Mills dishes to Leonard. It's Ginobili on the wing. 11 feet out, and he hits it. He has 7. Knight wide open. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? The Suns on top. They're up by 7. Welcome back as we get set to continue our coverage of this round 1 playoff match. Antonio. West is checked in for Green, and it's Ginobili in for Parker. And then for Phoenix, Green comes in for Chandler. And it's Booker in for Brandon Knight. Ginobili out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's West. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Duncan in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the San Antonio 5. That's good. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Suns.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He said, guys, for a team with our firepower, we're playing way too tight. We need to push the ball up the floor, get out in transition, and get those easy baskets. We can do this.
Bledsoe kicks to Green. 1:24 left in the fourth quarter. Some solid defense from Aldridge.
Excellent, really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Back to Leonard. Green with the block. And they're able to recover. Duncan with the bucket. .104 left to play here in the fourth. Leonard against Bledsoe. Shoots from the high post, and he drops that one in.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
So it's San Antonio now. They trail by 7. Dishes it to Aldridge. Here's Duncan. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Look at the night for Tim Duncan. 8 rebounds, and he's rejected a shot over the course of the game, too.
And it easily could have been more. He's played an effective game at that end of the floor. Crucial that he converts those shots. They've got to keep eating away at the lead.
And now we've got the intentional foul. And Phoenix has possession. They've led by as many as 11 points. And Green slams it in.
And really, I like the fact that even with the big lead, they never coasted.
To me, that's a sign of a really good team, Greg, because you should always be playing against the game and yourself. I know there's an opponent out there, but when you have a lead, it's all about continuing to execute. Do what you do and stay true to that. And I like that aggressiveness and full speed ahead kind of attack that they have.
And here's Phoenix, leading by 5. And so they choose to intentionally foul. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that increases their lead to 6.
You other guys, as soon as the shot goes up, crash the glass.
19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Sinks it, and now they trail by just 4.
What a pass by the fearless Manu Ginobili. Great teamwork.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
And that's exactly how you close a game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. West passes to Ginobili. Anderson kicks it to West. The 3 from Mills. Missed. So the Suns win it. A pretty good feeling right now for them to be out in front like this in the series.
You know, Kevin, momentum so critical. And you know they'll want to ride this wave into game 2.
All right, now. What's up, girl?
I know money isn't everything to you, freak. And I find it hard to say this, but I've grown to respect that in you. You're a man of conviction. But it's my responsibility to point out the consequences of that way of thinking. Now, for you, winning is everything, but winning isn't something you could do alone. It requires excellent, or at the very least, competent coaching, contributing teammates, and, God willing, good health. And we all know that's not a guarantee. Now, the reality is you're not in control of any of those other factors, but if you, as the star player, fail to win and deliver a championship, you will be held responsible. You will be scapegoated, you will be villainized, and you will be punished accordingly. So when you say to me that as a free agent, all you care about is being in the best position to win, I understand what you mean. But again, that's not only up to you. Now, I'm gonna call my guy at Apollo Jets. I'm gonna get us a private plane for this tour. I promise you, you're gonna love the free agency experience. Now, your relationship with Vic has unfortunately cost us in some of these negotiations. We had 10 teams interested, we now only have 3. But thankfully, you wised up when it came to Vic. Have you been in contact with Vic? Yo, freak, look at me.
He still has one of my cars, Dom.
What did I tell you about the L word?
The L word? What is...
Loyalty. I don't know what kind of hold this Vic has over you, but it makes me scared. You're a free agent for the first time in your career, and the only person you need to be loyal to is you. You need to be an FOF. You need to be a friend of Freak. Let's forget about winning without appropriate compensation and loyalty that hasn't been earned and isn't deserved. This is a tough business, Freak. We need to be tougher. Come on.
CC?
Woo, Lord Jesus, I was about to blow a gasket. Okay, Freak. Now, there are very few options on the table, and I want you to explore them all before making your final decision. Whatever you decide, it needs to be an informed decision, not an emotional one. The larger the markets, the greater resources at your disposal and exposure for you. But if you don't allocate these resources properly, then it's just a big spotlight on you as you lose.
Well, thank you kindly, big sis.
She's right, Freak.
Thanks, Don.
Absolutely. Team Freak. That's what we're about.
Oh, whoa, I don't know if I like this.
What?
Dom and CC high-fiving like that?
I mean, yeah, why you got so certain I'm gonna lose?
Whoa. No one thinks you're going to lose,
You
Freak.
guys sure sound like it.
We just want you to select a franchise that has great coaching, super talent, exposure, but most importantly, a ton of cap space. If the team doesn't win and you're to blame, at least you won't be broke, capiche?
Capiche.
Also, you should make sure it's somewhere you want to raise a family, but no pressure.
Well, you guys have made this decision so much easier.
What did Mom and Dad say?
You know what they said. I mean, but honestly, I'm torn. I've heard and listened to what you've all had to say. Don't take this the wrong way. There's just one person I haven't heard from, and that's Vic.
Oh, Lord, help us.
Yo, Vic, where you at? I've been trying to call you, man. Hit me back.
You know him. He's probably somewhere too loud to hear his phone.
I don't know. I think Vic's actually upset with me.